Whoopsie. Hello, everyone. Oh, man, come on. Give me a sec. Why has this got to do this to me? All right, here we go. We're coming. Here we go. Hi, everyone. I've been having a lot of problems with my webcam, and perfect timing. Thanks so much for being here, everyone. It's Friday, and this is my first live stream I've done in like a month. So I'm really I need to get back on it, and I have plans to be back and all that stuff for consistently with live streaming. But it's coming. So thank you all so much for being here. And I see DeWilly Warrior's here, and Ben is here. Linda Sturkeys is here. Oh, thanks, Sturkeys. I appreciate that. And Phantom is here. Stubbs is here. You guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited for what this tournament we've got planned for today. It's gonna be really fun. I think it's gonna be really fun. I really enjoy doing these because they're not necessarily about toy photography. They're more just about toys and what we want. And I think it's just kind of cool thing to come together and we can all vote and make decisions on what we want based on what we want. I don't know, it's cool. So that's what's planned for today, and we're going to have a tournament based on different things that could be the next HasLab for Star Wars. Star Wars HasLab, and all the choices and all the things in the tournament right now. There's 16 of them, and they were all chosen by you guys. I asked on Instagram and YouTube and in the member Discord to see, and so based on the top answers or the most frequently asked answers, that's what I put in there. So there's 16. There's 16 in there. We've got tournament setup, the old tournament setup, and it is gonna be so. The one thing whenever I do the tournaments is I have to be using. I have to be using OBS Studio. I've been using StreamYards more often, where I can pop up stuff on the live chat on the screen. But when I do the tournaments, I had to switch back to OBS Studio because it doesn't give me that option to. I don't get as much movability, so I can't have that. So Sturkey's just throwing in there, what's my favorite Star Wars character? And that changes all the time, but I think it's Qui-Gon. No, it's not. It's Mando. It's Din Djarin. He's my favorite character right now. My favorite. Yeah, I love Din. Gotta love me some Din. So before I get started into the tournament, I have two things to mention. So if we go over here, I have one new member to thank. So we got Riker Photography, who's actually on Instagram as Riker Funko Review. Thank you so much for joining the membership. And Riker, I know you joined like a long time ago, but I haven't had a stream since you've joined, so I haven't been able to actually give you your proper shout out since then. And here it is. So thank you so much, Riker. And so if you're not following him, make sure Riker does absolutely beautiful Funko shots. Like, just look at this. It's beautiful. Lighting's great. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So make sure you are following him. And so Joe Nation Animation in the live chat actually threw a really great question out there. It says, what is HasLab? I should actually mention what the heck it is first. So HasLab is a crowd-funded project that Hasbro does, and they've been doing it for the past, I don't know, 5 or 6 years or maybe more. Somebody could probably give me better info, but it's crowd-funded, which means they throw out an idea and they say, all right guys, we want to make this giant 1/18th scale Razor Crest, but it's going to cost $300 something. So, in order for us to make it, we have to have this many people already pay for it first. And then, once we have this many people pay for it, called backers, this many backers to pay for it, then we'll make it. Kind of like Kickstarter. It's basically Kickstarter what Hasbro does. And so, and if they don't reach that amount of backers, they don't make it. So they only can make it based on how many. And so the last 2 Star Wars HasLabs have failed. It was the Rancor and the Reva lightsaber. And a couple other ones have failed too. There was like a magic Gathering one that failed, and the Ghost Rider car failed, which is unfortunate. And I think every time they fail, failure is such a bad word for it. Hey, Emerald Knights and Mr. Kiwi! Every time they fail, I'm sure they probably learned something, and I think most of the time, in my opinion, the reason why they fail is the price point. I don't know, but some of them don't. I mean, like, all the G.I. Joe ones have seemed to be doing great, you know, so that's what HasLab is. And if I didn't explain it well enough, oh, come on, my camera is doing this again? This is such a pain. I'm sorry, you guys. I need to figure out why this is happening. But hopefully it doesn't do this throughout the thing. And Sturkeys, if you're wondering anything about the membership, and if you're interested in joining anyone, right underneath the video, there's a button that says join. All the information is there. And Linda says, do you drop money? If yes, do you get it back? You definitely get it back. So there's definitely no risk. So if you pay for it, you're getting your HasLab if it happens, and if you pay for it and it doesn't, you know, it fails, then you get your money back for sure. And I've actually never done it. I've never done the there you go, Emerald Knights. Perfect. You don't get charged unless it's fully backed. So yeah. And actually, while I'm talking about it, I'm gonna pull up what HasLab is, just so I have something to. So this is basically, here we go. There's an example of it. This is a current one going on for G.I. Joe. So that's pretty cool. So, yeah. And so the next Star Wars one is coming out. Well, it'll be revealed during the San Diego Comic-Con, which is really, really near, really close. An SDCC. So, hopefully we can get something awesome. But today we're just going to basically choose what we want the most, and who knows, maybe it'll end up being what ends up being revealed at SDCC. Hopefully it's something awesome. And yes, yesterday or the day before or something, there was a little bit of a tease as to what it is, and a lot of people have kind of come to conclusions as to what it probably is. So we're not going to really base our decisions on that. We're just going to base our decisions on what we think is the coolest and what we want the most. What we want the most. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That is what the plan is. So, there's one other thing I want to talk about quickly and do, because I did say I was gonna do a giveaway every single live stream, and I'm gonna stick to that. So I recently started doing these little pins right here. So if you see this little enamel pin with my little guy on it. See, it matches the thingy up there. It's a little enamel pin. Cool, right? Yeah, they're actually really nice, and I'm really happy with how they came out. And so I have a bunch of these, and actually, a bunch of them, but a limited amount of them. So I'm selling them on my website, and if you want one, you know, I will ship them to you, and they come in these nice little packages. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, I'm actually really excited about them. So, if you do want one of these, just head over to Sirdork.com. It's linked in the description. Sirdork.com is really easy to get to. So, it's right there to get one of these pins. And, you know, when I ship them out, I throw in, like, a bunch of other cutesy little Sirdork stuff, too. So, yeah, and I do ship internationally because my website provider does have that option. So, the international shipping is a thing. So, and if you've already gotten one, thank you so much. Thank you. So I'm going to give away this one. I'm going to give this one away right now. Right here. This one, I'll even kiss it. So if you win this, you will get a Sirdork kissed pin. And if that devalues the pin for you, I understand. But that's what you're winning. I can't do the normal giveaway option like I usually do. Oh, sorry, Stubbs. If you win, I'll get you a fresh one if you don't want that one. So I can't do the normal giveaway like I do with StreamYard where it has all the names up front because I'm not using StreamYard. So I'm just gonna do a basic. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. But don't put any numbers down yet because I haven't written my number down. So I'm writing down a number right now. Okay, I've written down a number. So the first person to put down this exact number in the live chat will win the pin. So, okay, go for it. Start putting a number between 1 and 10 in the live chat. And the first one to actually say exactly what number is, I'll say it. And so, first one on my end, what I can see, because sometimes it may be, okay, I'm seeing the numbers flowing in between 1 and 10. I haven't seen it yet. And so sometimes the order is different on your end as my end, but I'm going with my end. Oh, okay, Hunter. Hunter, you got it. It was Hunter. Oh, come on. 10. It was 10. Hunter, you win. All right. All right, Hunter. I know where Hunter is. So, that's cool. I know you're somewhat, I know you're in the US, Hunter, so that's good to know. Unless I'm thinking of a different Hunter. Could be a different Hunter. I don't know. But Hunter, on my end, you were the first one to guess 10. 10 was my number. So, cool. Hunter, send me an Instagram DM or an email or whatever works best for you, Hunter. And you will get the pin. And if you would like me to get a fresh one, I understand. But if it makes you feel any better, I kissed the plastic on the outside. So I didn't actually, doesn't have my germs on the actual pin itself. So Hunter says, it's me. Okay, so it's the same Hunter I met in Richmond, Virginia that one time. Awesome. Cool. Good to know. Phantom. All right, I made this weird, and I'm gonna let's just move on. Okay, so let's get to the tournament. What do you say? What do you say? Oh wait, Hunter says no. It's not the same. It's not the same Hunter. Okay, well, that's all right. We never met. All right, Hunter. Well, either way, I still love you either way. All right, here we go. So this is the tournament that we've got right here, and I will be putting up. And so the tournament will be based on your answers. So if you're here in the live chat, there's 23 people here. Thank you, 23 people. And if you're watching, make sure to like the video too. That'd be cool. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna put up 2 pictures, and I'll say which one do you want more, A or B, and then I'll give a little poll in the live chat, and we'll see which poll wins, which one wins. Hey, Ray Sashi. So that's as simple as that, and I've got a bracket saved up over here, and I'll be updating the bracket. Come on, man. Sorry, guys. This is so frustrating. It's anytime I click on like a different browser or something, it does this. I hope it doesn't do this every time. Anyway, it's okay. As long as you can still hear me, there's no real interruption. So if it happens, I'm just gonna keep going with it and fix it as if nothing happened. So, what do you say we get started with the first one? Oh, come on. This is really. I'm sorry, you guys. All right. So I'm gonna get started with the first one, and the first 2 options are, and we are seeing what we would want as the next HasLab. We've got a Naboo cruiser and Anakin's Jedi Starfighter. So, why the Naboo cruiser? Okay, so I gave my wife Harleen one choice, and I said I'd put it in here, and that's her favorite ship, the Naboo Star Cruiser. And she said all of the stretch goals and everything would be an adult Anakin, Jar Jar Binks, and the red-dressed Queen Amidala. Even though they don't really, I haven't put the poll in yet, but thanks for the thing, guys. But yeah, so those would be the stretch goals, and that would have to be a pretty, I don't know, vintage collection. That would have to be pretty small. But on the other side here for B, we've got Anakin Starfighter. That would be so cool. This is one of the ones I really wanted, and Black Series would be perfect, and actually wouldn't even be that big, to be honest. It would actually be pretty small for a HasLab, you know. But okay, here we go. And please throw in your opinions in the live chat too as these are coming up, because I do want this to be somewhat of a discussion as well. So yeah, throw in any opinions you have about what's going on here. I would love to hear what you think, and I'll address them, and we can talk about it. So I'm going to put in a poll. Start a poll, and I'm going to do which one, A or B? All right. The poll, I put it in the chat, so it should be there any second for you guys. So pick what you would want. Pick what you would want. Yeah, for me, I see, I don't want to throw in my vote because I don't want to skew any answers. But so Mr. Kiwi says A would be cool for lighting the photograph. Yeah, a fully chrome ship. It's definitely a cool ship, the Naboo cruiser. Yes, a Nubian. We've got lots of that. Plus, you can do plenty of that, you know. Retro Storm says, for me, the Naboo cruiser is kind of boring because it's just silver and it hasn't seen a lot of action. Anakin's ship has more action scenes. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know. Anakin's starfighter hasn't seen. I mean, at least, maybe in Clone Wars, there's been plenty of it, but they probably have each gotten the same amount of screen time on movies. In the movies, if anything, it might have been a little more for the Naboo cruiser, right? So it seems like B is definitely winning this. I kind of thought so. I'm gonna give it, you know, the old 2 minute to go through, and yeah. So Anakin would be Black Series, and the Naboo cruiser would have to be, even if it was vintage collection, it'd be pretty big. It's a pretty big ship, I feel like. Or, you know, I don't know. You know, I think they did make a vintage, not a vintage collection, but a 1/18 scale one a long time ago, back in the Phantom Menace. Pretty sure they did make one. Yeah, I think this is an easy one. But we put it in there because I told her that we would put it in. And so she's getting her thing. But hey, it got some votes. If you did vote for it, then that's great. Retro Storm, a die-cast one, that would be pretty crazy. That would be very heavy. You're right, but it would be cool. Would be cool. Okay, so it's at the 2 minute mark. I'm gonna end the poll right here. So, B is the winner. I'm gonna agree with that. B is the winner for sure. So Naboo cruiser, you're awesome, but just not as awesome as Anakin's ship. So that's cool. So we're gonna remove this one. Then we are going to update the bracket, which is right here. So here's the bracket. I don't know if you can. Oh, did I get rid of my? I guess I did, but you can still hear me, so that's okay. All right, so we're gonna put in Anakin's Jedi Starfighter right there. Here we go. And yep, what do you know? My webcam. It's all right. It's coming back. So here we go. So number two, the second round here. Oh yeah, Linda, I like that. That's probably been done too. But okay, let's get to the second one here. We've got a Tatooine street diorama. I'm sure this would be full with characters. This would be really cool. I think this would be really cool. And this is a lot of, like, oh, let's just get into it. Okay, and then so B is a 1/1 scale R2-D2. A full scale R2. And you know what? Only one person mentioned this. And I was like, I have to put this on. This sounds fun. And to be honest, I don't know if this is something Hasbro would really do. They're not. I mean, they've done 1/1 scale stuff. Usually like props and, you know, lightsabers, stuff like that. So they definitely do that. So Retro Storm says, what scale is the Tatooine one? I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, realistically, I bet you they would probably do vintage collection because you'd be able to do more with it. You'd be able to make it bigger, and you'd be able to add more characters. You know, hot toy. A Black Series scale would be, you know, much. You wouldn't be able to fit as much in there. But yes, there definitely would be expensive, Creature Monkey. Definitely. You can get a 1/1 scale R2 at Galaxy's Edge. Oh, can you really, Stubbs? That's really cool. 25,000. That's not bad. I mean, that's a decent amount of my yearly salary, but if it can beep and boop help me out with things, then great. But I mean, I bet you if this Tatooine one, I mean, it's not gonna be the entire city, obviously, but just like a chunk with a few buildings and stuff like that, I bet you this would get backed instantly. I bet you people would be all over that. You know what I mean? Like, just like every Star Wars fan is gonna be like, "Oh, that's awesome!" Like, I know, like I feel like that's I feel like that would easily get backed. I don't know. That's just me. It's just me. So, all right, I'm gonna put in the poll, and we're gonna say which one we're gonna do, A or B. Here we go. The poll is officially in there. Which one are you going to? Would you rather have a diorama of Mos Eisley, street with a few things, or would you rather have a 1-to-1 scale? Okay, not which one would you rather have, but which one would you rather be a HasLab? Creature Monkey says a Tatooine, not just the whole entire Tatooine 1-to-1 scale. All right, I would love that too. I don't know how big Tatooine is compared to the Earth, but I don't think Hasbro would be able to produce those. Not yet. Maybe in a couple 100,000 years, when we're able to create planets and, make them be doable in our solar system, or maybe in other solar systems. Who knows? All right. Well, it's A or B here. It's actually not as one-sided as I thought. Some of these I think are going to be very one-sided, and some of these I don't think they will be. At least for the first round. When the second round comes, that's when it gets real hard. And remember, just choose ones on what you would rather, what you would want more. Not what you think would be better. What you would want more, Stubbs says always need diorama. That's for. I agree, Stubbs. I think the dioramas are definitely useful for us. And I feel like if they did this, I feel like it really would, it would do well. I think it would get backed. They add plenty of stuff. I don't know. You could put a Ronto in there. You could put. I mean, a lot of these things already exist. I guess they've already done Ronto, but there's tons of stuff you could throw in there. There definitely are a lot of things you could put in there that have already been done, though. Like sand troopers and some aliens. Obviously, like Luke or Obi-Wan or anyone who's whatever. Troy Martin says, I like Tatooine for photography. Yeah. It would definitely be tough, too, with sand. Like, what kind of... Would they add in a floor that's just, hard that looks like sand? Like, what would they do? What would they do? All right, it's been 2 minutes, and I'm going to end the poll right there. And the winner goes to A, the Tatooine street diorama. All right. I wasn't totally sure how that would go, but hey, it won. Congrats, Tatooine street diorama. And R2, we love you, but apparently we would not want you to be a HasLab as much, at least according to the people who are here. So we're going to remove this one, and we're going to update the brackets. Hello. So the Tatooine street diorama has made it to the next round. And my webcam's still on. All right. That's awesome. All right. Oh, and Stubbs is saying like dewbacks, droids, aliens, figures, land spirit, all good for... Yeah, you're right. All of these things would be cool. A lot of them have been done already, but that's all right. That's all right. Not everyone got the dewback when it was out, All right, let's go to the next one here. We have got... Okay, so next we have got an X-Wing. Black Series X-Wing. Why the heck is this not been done yet? Black Series X-Wing versus the Ghost from Rebels. the Ghost. So I don't know if this would be Black Series or Vintage Collection. I feel like it would have to be Vintage Collection because this isn't the biggest ship, but geez, this would be big as a Black Series. And there's definitely a ton of speculation right now, to say the least, about the Ghost. A lot of people are thinking it's going to be the Ghost. I mean, the 10th anniversary of Rebels, I guess, is coming up. I didn't realize that. And a lot of people are thinking that. And it's weird because that would not be my first choice, would be for the Ghost. I mean, I love Rebels, but personally, I think the Ghost is a pretty average, at best, ship as far as design. And I'm not saying that about the Phoenix Squadron or the Ghost crew or anything. I'm just talking about the ship itself. I think it's pretty average. I think there are a lot of much cooler ships. I think it's cool that, you know, the Phantom comes out of the Ghost, right? That's what it's called. So yeah, but it's weird to me. Why haven't they done an X-Wing Black Series? They've done the Snowspeeder X-Wing Black Series, and they've done TIE Fighter, but no X-Wing, which is just weird to me. You would think that would be the very first one they would do. Hey, Lawrence, thanks for coming in. So, yeah. So, but we will see. But that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. So let's put in the poll right now. Let's put in the poll, and which one is it gonna be? A? Which one would you rather have? Would you rather have A or B? And so for A, I mean, you could come with Luke, and R2. I guess there's not a whole. What else would come with an X-Wing? You guess you could have, well, if it was Red 5 specifically, you know, Luke's X-Wing, what else would it come with? That's what I'm thinking of. Like, what the heck else could you have it come with? That's actually, so this would be a cool thing to have. Maybe not specifically for Hasbro. Like, what would the stretch goals be? I honestly can't think of anything else. Some like some old vines and algae and dirt from Dagobah. Okay, okay. Mr. Kiwi says lights on the engines. Okay, that would be cool, like lights and stuff. Yes, that would be cool. This is so odd to me that, like, if the Ghost ends up being what it really is, like, that's really, I don't know. Stub says X-Wing, a droid figure, cargo crates, and lights up. Yeah, that all makes sense to me, but also that doesn't really appeal to me much. The lights are cool, but I don't know. It's very interesting, right? But with the Ghost, I can see lots of stretch goals. Obviously, different Ghost crew members. You get a new Ezra, you know, the adult Ezra. You could get like, obviously the detachable ship, the Phantom. There's a bunch of stuff you could get. So, very interesting. Very, very interesting. What the heck else could you get with the X-Wing? Detachable R2? I mean, it could just be a HasLab that's just a cheap HasLab that's like, I don't know, what, $200? I don't know. Creature Monkey says, I feel like the X-Wing has been done so many times. It would be nice to have the Ghost. Yeah, but it's never been done in the Black Series, in the big scale. You know, but that is a good point, Creature Monkey, because the Ghost has never been done at all, right? Retrostorm, lights and sounds. Got a Millennium Falcon with the lights and sounds firing missiles. Yeah, I think lights and sounds would have to be the thing to go with. Yeah, I guess so. RG Sub says, the Ghost gets Phantom, obviously. Oh, Bendu, a Loth Wolf, and a Purrgil. Okay, that's cool. Bendu, that would be a HasLab in and of itself. Sturkey says, for the X-Wing, could have side figures like Han, 3PO, and Leia. Yeah. That would be cool. All right. Well, I'm going to end the poll because it's been 2 minutes and the X-Wing has won. So at least I'm amongst the 14 people here we would rather have the X-Wing more than the Ghost. That's very interesting. Very interesting. For sure. All right, well, Ghost, we love you, but for the majority of us, we would rather have an X-Wing for the HasLab, at least in a Black Series scale. I would. If it were me, I would probably choose X-Wing. For sure. All right, let's go ahead and update the bracket. Hopefully, my webcam doesn't get screwed up, but if it does, we're just gonna keep flowing. And honestly, I should just stop mentioning it. Hey, we're still good. All right, this one, this is a good one. This is a really good one. Hey, Creature Monkey. Don't worry, we got more to come. So, would you rather have an AT-AT? Well, so this would have to be Vintage Collection 1/18 scale, or would you rather have the Mandalorian's N1 Starfighter in a Black Series? This is what I would want. Oh my god, I would want that so bad. I would not hesitate a second if that was the case. This is the, I mean, I love the show The Mandalorian. I love Din. I love everything about that. And then when this came in, like the callback to my favorite Star Wars movie, Phantom Menace, one of the greatest designs, and then they made it look like a freaking hot rod. It's just like, oh man, I just love Mando even more now. He's got the coolest ship. Man. But the AT-AT has a lot more years of love and iconography. I don't know. It's much more iconic. It's much more iconic amongst a much larger group of generations, you know. So I don't know. I think this is tough. It's definitely tough. Let's put in the poll. We'll so which one? Is it gonna be A? Is it gonna be B? So, all right. Mr. Kiwi says you would need some space to shoot the AT-AT. Yes, you would. I mean, for the AT-AT, it would. There's no way it could be Black Series. There's no possible way. It would take up this entire room to be Black Series. That would have to be $1,000 plus for HasLab, and I don't think the average. Well, people buying HasLabs aren't the average people. There's no option for C for both Phantom, although I do think that's funny. But so for B, there would be I can think of tons of great stuff to go with this. So obviously Mando, you could switch out the droid compartment for the Grogu bubble, you know. It could come with a Pelimoto figure with R5 as an option, even though they just put out a new R5. They could do a BD, whatever the BD unit she has with the pit droids. I would love a Black Series pit droid. They've never done that. So that's cool. There's all kinds of stuff. Why aren't they doing this? Oh, Mr. Kiwi says, what happens if it's 50-50? Which it is right now, actually. We just have to wait until we give it another minute or so for that. But yeah, for the stretch goals to come with plenty of stuff. The stretch goals for the AT-AT would come with a lot too. You know, the AT-AT Trooper, which we've got some of those. And we've even gotten the what's the name of the officer? What's the name of the officer? He's the same actor who's in Indiana Jones. Somebody help me. What's the name? Is he a captain? They made a figure of him. It's like Greaves or Grease. Not Tarkin. He's literally in the cockpit of one of the AT-ATs in Empire Strikes Back, and they have a figure of him, and he's got the helmet and everything with the chin strap. Somebody help me. I'll have to Google it. AT-AT Officer name. Veers is his name. Veers is his name. Did a quick Google. Not Grief Cargo Retro Store. I don't think Grief Cargo was ever in a... I mean, maybe he was. But, yeah, Veers is his name. Cool. Okay, so it's been 2 minutes, and it is not 50-50, so I'm ending the poll, and the AT-AT wins. My number one choice, I think, has just been beaten. My number one choice has lost. So sorry, Mando's N1. Even though I would snatch that up in a second. You are not winning this one. But the AT-AT has won. So congrats to the AT-AT. Moving on to the next round. All right, let's update the bracket. Let's see. So AT-AT versus the Mandalorian N1. It's too bad. I love how I'm reacting to this as if this is actually the decision of what's going to happen. I'm like, darn, guess I'm not getting an N1 this year. Wait, this tournament. I mean, who knows? Maybe the execs at Hasbro are watching this now, and they're gonna make their plans strictly based off of what happens, and they're gonna figure it all out between now and when it gets revealed in like a month or two, a few months, right? Fall. SECC's in the fall, right? Anyway, all right. So let's go with the next one. So we've got, for the next round, we've got a Republic gunship, Clone Republic gunship. Oh yeah, versus the Ewok Village diorama, which I guess a lot of people. These are two things that I guess have been very much speculated amongst the. Amongst the fan base, both of them, actually, and I think either one would be cool. If they ended up doing the Ewok Village, I don't think I would be into that. I mean, I would. It's not that I wouldn't think it's cool, but I wouldn't want to buy it. I would absolutely want to get this gunship. Oh my gosh, and I think a lot of people would. There's a lot of Clone Wars and prequel fans that would be all over this. So, but the gunship, would that be a Black Series or a TVC? Would it be the Vintage Collection? And they have done the Vintage Collection already for and definitely for the Ewok Village, at least as but in that scale, and the gunship too. Stubbs, thank you for that, my friend. But Black Series for both, I agree, would be pretty cool. And Sturkey's, yeah, I would want Cody as a bunch of clones, or Oddball. What? Oh no, wait, not Oddball. Oddball isn't. He was a pilot of one of the other like Starfighter, clone Starfighter things in Revenge of the Sith, right? Oddball. But there are some cool. They did come out with. Did they come out with a Black Series gunship clone pilot? The LAAT? The LAT? Did they? I know they did with Hot Toys. So Retro Storm says, to be fair, it's easy to make your own Endor Ewok village with trees, but a Republic gunship would be cool. You know what, Retro Storm? I agree. See, with I'm not a big fan of dioramas that include plastic trees and stuff like that. Even though they're awesome, and I totally get it because you can bring it inside. For me, I'm just gonna want to use real stuff outside. But yeah. Stubb says it would have to be TVC. No love for Black Series. That's true. The only Black Series HasLabs that won, I guess, that has been done, it has lost the Rancor, right? So, yeah. And geez, the Black Series of the gunship would be huge. That would also be huge, but it would be cool, wouldn't it? It'd be really cool. All right, let's put let me stop yapping here and put up the poll. So which one are we wanting? Which one? Come on, one of my shift keys doesn't work. I don't know why, because I just bought this keyboard. All right. And also, one quick question. Has anyone noticed a difference in the audio of the stream right now? Is there less background noise? I'm using a new like thingy to filter and fix the audio. Does it sound any better? Does it sound any better? Because right now I actually have a fan on, and it's not picking up that at all, which is really cool. So I know that, well, I do have music playing, but thanks, Mr. Kiwi. It sounds good, but does it sound any better than usual? You guys probably don't even notice. I literally sit here for like an hour plus just making sure the webcam looks good. Make sure the lighting looks cool, even though it doesn't matter. So that's good. Thanks, Mr. Kiwi. Stubb says, I would buy a new house just to store the gunship. HasLab house. You can that the next HasLab is an entire, so the house that Mando gets at the end of season 3 for him and his son Din Grogu. That's the it's like a fully house, like you'd have to, you know, get a mortgage and everything for it. That's the next HasLab, made by Hasbro. That'd be cool, right? I mean, and then if it's big enough, you can store the next HasLab, which would be the gunship. All right. It seems to be a clear winner here, which I'm also in favor of the direction in which this poll is going. I would also be voting that. But I mean, hey, somebody's picking both. So everybody loves something. RJ Subs is 1 free storage as a goal perk. Yeah, you get a like a storage unit somewhere, and that's part of the free part of the whatever the plus things. And there would be some great stretch goals. So obviously with stretch goals, you could get a bunch of clones. You can get like some Clone Wars figures, like you can get Mace Windu and I don't know, a bunch of other Clone Wars Jedi stuff. You can get, I mean, they've already done Anakin and Obi-Wan. You can get a Clone Wars Plo Koon with the arm things, some Ahsoka, Rex, maybe a Phase 1 Rex Black Series. That'd be cool. But stretch goals for Ewok Village, you have so much Retro Storm, right? Darth Vader, I mean, he never actually made it to Endor, really, technically. So, but still, the Stormtrooper helmet drum set. Yes, did they already do that? I feel like they already did that. Was that like a Hasbro PulseCon exclusive or something? Hey, Comic Dad's here. How's it going, dude? Thanks for coming on in. But yeah, there's tons of stuff you could do for that. Tons of stuff for sure. All right, we're at 2 minutes, and so I'm gonna end the poll. And the winner is a pretty clear winner. The Ewok Village has lost to the Republic gunship. The LAT. L-A-A-T. Hey, Comic Dad, it's been a hell of a day. You know what? Well, I'm glad you're here right now. And I hope your day has gotten better. And I appreciate you, including this stream in that day. I appreciate that very much, actually. So, thanks for being here. Oh, Retrostorm says, I said Darth Vader cremating. Oh! Yes, that actually would be kind of cool, to be honest. I actually really like that idea. That's actually a really cool idea. Who knows? Who knows? All right. So okay. So this next one. Well, let me update this first. Oh, we're already on the second half over here. So let's scroll over. So the Republic gunship wins. Winner right there. All right. So, and my webcam is still on. That's good. This next one is a funny one, and I only put these in because people asked for them. A lot of people did. So we've got a Death Star and a Star Destroyer. So both of these ships, well, both of these space stations, however you want to say it, would be obviously way too big in either scale. Like, if you were to actually think about a 1/12 scale Death Star, like, how big would that actually be? It's literally a 1/12 scale of a planet, right? I mean, I don't know how much, if it's bigger than Earth or what, but I don't know how big would that realistically be? Like the size of a skyscraper? I don't know. Like, so either of these would be absolutely massive. But I put him in here because Stubb says about the size of the moon. That's a great great comparison. Both of them would be way too big. So they would be 1/100th scale or something. I don't know. But I will say both of these would be really cool. And, this, a Death Star like this big, that would be really cool. And I specifically, people just said Death Star, but I put in the Death Star 2 from Return of the Jedi only because I think the design is more interesting than just the ball. I think it's, I don't know. I think it would be a cooler thing to have. So, yeah, that would be one of the people. I don't remember who it was, but somebody responded saying 1/1 scale Death Star. It's like, all right. Yeah, Stubb says both could be the Micro Squadrons line. Actually, that scale would probably be. I mean, geez, even the Death Star in that scale would be huge. Like, and it's still like impossibly huge. So, but hey, which one would you rather have? I'm putting in the poll right now. Which one would you rather have be the HasLab? All right, here we go. I've put the poll in the chat right now. It would be worth it, Stubbs says. I could see this being like if like Jazzwares did it as like a big set piece for like their thing at like Comic-Con or something, at their booth, a massive Death Star, just for funsies. Because I know Hot Toys does that a lot. Like Hot Toys did the, oh no, I'm frozen again. But like Hot Toys did the like, the 1/6 scale ships and stuff that were just, hey Ben, you've been a member for 8 months. Thanks, dude. You're the man, and thanks for sharing that. Thank you for Ben. Thank you for all the wonderful support. You're just amazing. Oh wow, I'm surprised where this is skewing, but you know how like Hot Toys does that? They had the 1/12 scale N1, and I'm trying to think of some other ships. I think they had the Falcon, right? And they just had it for the Falcon at some, I don't remember where. But hey, Toy Story's been a member for 22 months. Says, hey, I forgot to submit an answer on IG, but what about that ship they flew in when they first went to see Anakin on the Phantom Menace? That was chromed out. Sorry, I'm new to Star Wars. That was the first one, actually. Toy Stories, the Naboo Starfighter, the Nubian. We've got lots of that. Yeah, nice. That was the first one on here, and it lost. Actually, it did not win, but I do like that. And Mr. Kiwi, I do own a few Micro Galaxy ships. I actually had to shoot several of them for a project I did for Disney, which was really cool, and it was a lot of fun. So I do have a few of them. Yes, they're awesome, and I specifically love them for the little mini figures that they come with. That, honestly, I'm more excited. I want tons of those little mini figures. Lucky me. So, yes. Oh, I'm just realizing that the watermark is like right above. Well, it depends on the screen. Anyway, so yeah, I guess, and I don't even know what the heck the stretch goals would even be for these if they did them. It's just they're just too massive. They're too massive. So, all right, I'm gonna end the poll. It's been 2 minutes, and the Star Destroyer wins. Star Destroyer is the winner. The Death Star loses, even though the Death Star was the most answered one of all of these, all of the ones that I asked for on Instagram and stuff. The people said the Death Star the most, and now it lost on the first round. It's funny. It's funny. All right, so let's update the bracket over here. So the Death Star has, oh no, sorry, the Star Destroyer. All a bunch of stars and D. They're very similar names. Literally. All right, so let's go back over here, and let's move on to the next one. So this is going to be a new one. And actually, Comic Dad, you are coming in clutch right now. Your timing is perfect. Oh, Toy Story says, how did the event go that you were recently at? It looked pretty cool. It was really good. Thanks for asking. It's it's a local little outdoor kind of con thing, but it's super fun. But it went really well. Even though it rained for most of the day, it was really great. Thank you for asking that, Ben. Carlos. Thank you for asking that, dude. Oh yeah, Ben, your birthday is only in like a couple days. Happy early birthday. So, Comic Dad, I was just mentioning about what you said. So this is going to be interesting because this was an option, and I think this would be an interesting discussion. So the first one would be a Rancor redo. Yeah, a lot of people mentioned the Rancor again. Rancor redo. Or Bo-Katan's Gauntlet. The Mandalorian Gauntlet. Man, Bo-Katan's Gauntlet would be cool. Would be really cool. But the Rancor redo, I'm surprised a lot of people said that. So what if this was you that said this, what about the Rancor would you want it to be redone? Like the different stretch goals? Honestly, I can't think of any other stretch goals. I mean, the cardboard backdrops, yeah, that was a little embarrassing. I thought, I was like, oh, like, I'm just trying to imagine, like, did they actually believe that when they were revealing the cardboard stretch goals that people were going to be enticed and say, oh, okay, now I'm gonna order this? Like, I don't know, like, I don't know. So I think the only thing about the Rancor that was its biggest thing was the price point. If it was like $100 cheaper, I think it would have easily done it. I would have even considered it. I don't know. So yeah, well, I'm trying to think of what Mr. Kiwi, Rancor would be awesome for the animal challenge. If you could do it with a live Rancor, that'd be cool. But yeah, I'm curious. Does anyone have any ideas of what would have made the Rancor better? The Rancor better for this. Stubbs agrees with me. Yeah, price was too high. Hey Joe, thanks for coming back. The price can definitely put buyers off. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That just seemed way too high. Same thing with the Hasbro, the HasLab Ghost Rider car. Just seems some sounds. I don't know. Maybe sounds don't really do it for me. I don't know. I think the only stretch goal that people, yeah, the Twilight Dancer, RJ Stubbs says Rancor Keeper figure. They did do the Rancor Keeper figure, right? Wasn't that one of them, or am I mistaking that? And the Twilight Dancer, which I can't remember her name. And yes, and I heard a good point saying, like, the reason why they didn't do the Twilight Dancer is they're not going to put a half-naked slave girl in this day and age as a figure. Hasbro's not going to do that. And I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. And that's, I'm sure, why they didn't do that. But yeah, that's probably why they didn't put her in there. Mr. Kiwi says, can't hear sounds in a pic. That's probably why I can't do it. Retrostorm says, spare parts so it looks like it got lightsaber slashed, lost limbs. I mean, that would be cool. I mean, that would be really awesome, for sure. But that's not necessarily accurate, you know. So I'm sure some people would have a big fit about that. They did, only people complained. Toy Story says, another question, what is so exciting about HasLab Project? What about them gets people so interested? I think it's just because they're just so massive. The only reason the only way they're even a possibility is so that they are this massive. Okay, I'm doing a bad job putting my thoughts into words. The only way they're able to even be a possibility is that they are fan funded. So they're, you know, a big deal, and so there's a possibility of them failing, you know, if they don't get fan funded. So there's a lot behind them, but just plus they're just massive, you know. It's the biggest stuff they do. So yeah, that's, I think, why. But all right, and plus Bo-Katan's ship is awesome. So let's hey Phantom, I'm really glad to hear that. I'm really glad to hear that. This actually, streams like this usually don't get nearly as much attention. So I'm glad to hear that. All right, I'm going to put in the poll and say which one, a redo of the Rancor or the Gauntlet from the Mandalorian, Bo-Katan's Gauntlet. And yeah, obviously you probably get an updated Bo-Katan figure. I mean, man, some other Mandos that weren't done before. Maybe the Mandos that they found on Mandalore. You know, the one I made a custom of one of them. Maybe one of those. The Tortoise Stalker, thanks for the suggestions, my friend. That's really cool. Appreciate that. All right, and it seems, hey, you know what? I'm surprised, and I admire some of you guys that are thinking it has the Rancor again. And well, it's not like the Rancor failed miserably. It just barely failed. Just barely, right? Ooh, a sub says, is Bo's ship Black Series or Vintage Collection? I would say Black Series, because I don't think it's quite big enough to the point where it'd be too big as Black Series. Or maybe it is. I guess I don't really fully understand the I think it could be possible. It's definitely smaller than the Razor Crest, right? The Razor Crest is a bigger ship in general. So, I don't know. Retro Storm, I'm so glad to hear that. I'm super ultra glad to hear that. Yeah, I forgot to write something down. All right. Well, it seems to be yeah, still being skewed one direction here, which most of them have been, except for the one. There was one 50-51. But yeah, Stubbs, you're right. The wings are big, but they're flat and wide though, as opposed to being big and full of stuff. I don't know. I feel like a vintage collection one would be kind of like, I don't want to say small, but I feel like it would be kind of, what's the word, anticlimactic. It'd be like, oh, that's cool. I feel like that could just be something they would sell for a good like 60, 70 bucks. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. And yeah, Linda, the wings being fully articulated would definitely have to, that would be a must for this, for sure. Toy Story says a HasLab diorama of Mustafar, where people can recreate Obi-Wan having the high ground. That is awesome. Toy Stories, that would have been a great suggestion. I would have put that on here, because that's really cool. I like that idea a lot. I did not think of about that myself. Sturkey says, I'm getting into the Black Series figures, and I have a fifth brother, Short Trooper and Vader. Any more suggestions? Sturkeys, my suggestions are just whatever you think are the coolest characters. What's your favorite character? Go for that. Go for that, you know? All right, it has been 2 minutes, and the winner, the Rancor, loses again. I'm sorry, Rancor. But Bo-Katan's Gauntlet wins. Bo-Katan's Gauntlet wins. It definitely seems like vehicles are the way to go with HasLab projects, as my webcam does its thing. But it definitely seems like vehicles are the way to go. But also at the same time, I feel like dioramas would be a big deal. Like the Tatooine one and that Mustafar one, I feel like that would be cool. You know, and some lights, like if it lit up with the lava and stuff, oh, that would be so cool, right? Oh, that's such a great idea, Carlos. All right, so the next one. So actually, before we do that, let's update this. So Bo-Katan's Gauntlet. The next one is the last one before we start battling each other. For the the actual second round. So, all right, here we go. The Tortoise Stalker says, "Hey Sirdork, should I get all the Ninja Turtle 1990 figures?" Hey man, I cannot be the one to make those decisions for you. Those are definitely your decisions, my friend. Those are all for you. But I mean, hey, if you want them, heck yeah. Okay, here we go. So we have got, and I might need an update on one of these, and if it's already been done before. So we've got Pod Racers Black Series. I was thinking let me do both. And so the second one would be a Cantina diorama. I'm pretty sure this has been done at least, several times in the vintage collection. But a Black Series Cantina with like a bunch of aliens. Like you got all the aliens, like those all the ones that get the screen time in the movie. All of those, the yak face, and I mean, you already have Panda Baba and Dr. Evazan, but all those aliens that have names that I don't know what they are. So in Black Series is all of those. That's what I'm thinking. But for the pod racers, I was thinking both, like Anakin and Sebulbas. Like, because one would not quite feel HasLab worthy enough, like especially Anakin's like I feel like you could price that at $50 in Black Series. That's not that huge. Well, maybe not $50 anymore, but under $100. So but I think a HasLab scale would be cool, because neither of these have been done in this scale before. We don't have a Sebulba figure, we don't have an Anakin figure, and you can come with other stuff. And come with Kitster. Watto can come with Watto. Black Series Watto, come on! This is awesome. This is exciting me just talking about it. Stubbs agrees with me, and I feel like that's one of the biggest pluses about this Pod Racer one. None of this stuff has been done at all before. Everything would be totally new. Yeah, Stubbs Watto, right? And you can get a Qui-Gon with a poncho. You can get Padme and the tattoo. There's so many things that have not been done before that would work for this. So I'm all about it. That'd be so cool. Daddy. Yes, Phantom. All right, let's put the poll up. Here and see what you guys are thinking. But at the same time, I'm a little skewed because I definitely like Phantom Menace more than the average Star Wars fan. A lot of people think of it as one of the least good Star Wars movies, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way it is, and that's fine. So here we go. Which one? Here we go. We need a little Annie, says Stubbs. I think and the most recent, maybe the fan streams, what do they call them? The pipeline. I think young Anakin was in the pipeline reveals, I think. Toy Story says the pods would be cool if they added a mechanism that kept the front floating and shooting electricity like those globes. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. That would be really cool if they were able to make it so you can put like the weights just on the engines in the front, and then having the rest of it be hard, so like the cockpit whatever would be floating. That would be actually really cool. It's definitely gonna be done eventually. I feel like it's got to be done eventually, But man, that would be fun to shoot too in the sand. That would be really fun. So, wow, I'm surprised with how much one of them is winning. I feel like B, the cantina scene is, it's one of the most iconic Star Wars things that people think of, and so getting all of that plus all of those aliens, I feel like that would be a big draw to a lot of fans. Even though I think it's also kind of not so great, but a lot of people would love it, and the aliens would definitely be a huge thing, and just more and more aliens as the stretch goals go, but no droids because their kind is not served in there. So, all right, we're working on it. So yeah, man, maybe even a Shmi Skywalker for a stretch goal. That would be the biggest one right there. But yeah, both of them I think would be one. If it was just one, I don't think it would be quite enough. All right, it is at the 2-minute mark, so we're gonna end the poll. And all right, it is 81% over with A, and the Cantina Dia with aliens has lost to the Pod Racer. Would you look at that? That's actually surprising to me. All right, Pod Racer. Actually, should be Pod Racers, but it has made it to the end. And so now that everything's been revealed, I'm gonna just pull up the whole. And here's the whole bracket. So let's go to the first of the round 2 as I fix the webcam. The first of round 2. All right, this is when it starts getting hard, you guys. The round 2 is when things start. Well, come on! I just fixed you, and you're already gonna do that to me. All right, here we go. Hey, OFP Marine says I had the Micro Machines Cantina playset as a kid. When he closed it up, it was the C-3PO head. Yes, definitely. I'm definitely familiar with that. And actually, you just made me think of another cool thing that would come with the Pod Racer one, if possible, is which we don't have yet, is the naked C-3PO with his parts showing, right? We don't have that yet either. I don't know. I think this has got a lot going for it, but yeah. All right. So round 2, the first ones we've got Anakin's Jedi Starfighter versus the Tatooine Street Diorama. So maybe nothing, because we're talking about the Pod Racer, and the Pod Racer would come with both of them. Maybe the Starfighter could come with Anakin and Obi-Wan's Starfighters, both of them together. And we have Anakin with the thing in it, so we can do, this is where the fun begins, right? Wouldn't that be cool? That'd be super cool. All right, here we go. Let's put in the poll and what we're thinking. What we're thinking here. I think I still have a clear what I would want, but this would be tough. Which one? A or B? There's a little bit of a kind of typo here, but I'm just gonna leave it because that's all right. Okay. Which one? Are you thinking the black? These will both be Black Series. I think Black Series. A Tatooine Street Diorama or the Starfighter. Anakin's Jedi Starfighter, and that's, you know what, it probably would, to be at the gravitas, have enough gravitas to be a HasLab, it would have to be Anakin and Obi-Wan's Starfighter. You know, and it would come with the buzz droids. That would be cool. Wouldn't that be cool? The buzz droids. Yeah, that would be perfect. Actually, that would be a really great. Hey, Toxin. Toxin has come in. Do you want to say hi, buddy? No, he just wants butt rubs. Toy Story says, stretch goals for the diorama, an exclusive Anakin figure as a little boy in C-3PO and R2. Yeah, I think that would be really good. There's a lot of stretch goal possibilities for the diorama for sure. Tortoise Stalker says, Tortoise Stalker, I love and appreciate every single thing you're throwing in the live chat, and I wouldn't want you to be saying anything less, but let's keep it to the topic, you know. Let's try to keep it, and I'll definitely be more likely to answer anything about we're doing the HasLab stuff. You know, I don't want to digress too much, because you know I will. So, all right. It's pretty close. It's pretty close between these two. But man, all of these would be really cool to shoot. And I actually, to be honest, the Starfighter, because I like shooting. I wouldn't want to shoot something in space so much. So I actually, to be honest, I probably wouldn't really want to shoot the Starfighter that much, because we never really see these not in space. And to me, shooting something as far as being in space is not as fun. But the Tatooine stuff could definitely shoot that not in space, obviously, and that would be fun. So, I don't know. All right, we're ending the poll here because it has been 2 minutes, and the Starfighter has won. The Tatooine Street Diorama has lost. So, let's update the bracket. Anakin's Jedi Starfighter is making it to the semi-finals. So, all right, let's move on. Oopsie, you know, I went the whole tournament without doing that. So, the next one would be the X-Wing versus the AT-AT. Sorry. X-Wing v AT-AT. This is a tough one. I know what I would choose, but two very beloved original trilogy based things. So, all right, here we go. Let's put in the poll. Let's put it on in here. Which one? A or B? Oops. I don't want that. Hang on, I gotta redo it. Sorry, I pushed the wrong button. Which one? The AT-AT or the X-Wing? A or B? Here we go. Retro Storm's thinking the AT-AT. Toy Story says another HasLab could be an ultra-realistic Darth Vader bust with the helmet slashed from Obi-Wan Kenobi. Anakin's face partially exposed. That would be cool. That would be cool. But I'm thinking, like, because Hasbro, I think they will probably always want to have their toys that they make. You can play with them. You know, I think that that's something they'll always want to do. You know, a bust or something like that. You can't really play with that. As epic and awesome as that would be, but to me, Hasbro, I think they seem to. I think they're always going to want to produce something that somebody can play with, whether it be a kid or an adult. But ooh, there seems to be a clear winner here. Retro Storm is and Phantom are both thinking that. But yeah, Toy Stars, that would be really cool. Tortoise Suckers is the AT-AT is for me, I would imagine, a snow speeder just going right past it. Yeah, and that could go with the Black Series. Well, you can't do the AT-AT would. There's no way it could be the Black Series, but they did do the Black Series snow speeder, so that is cool. But yeah, the Black Series AT-AT would be, that would, maybe I'd be able to fit that in my backyard, you know. Stubbs, I'm right there with you. Whoa, Ben, your mom ordered you new Black Series? What did she order? Your mom's awesome. She definitely loves you, Ben. Make sure you tell her that. She definitely loves you. Make sure you tell her that you love her too. Make sure you do that. Because she sounds awesome. Get lots of great figs. Everybody should do that more often. Definitely. Retro Storm says AT-AT vintage with hollow inside for figures to fit inside. Heck yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Snow Troopers, stuff like that. Heck yeah, absolutely. All right, the poll is done. The 2 minutes are up, and the winner is the AT-AT, the X-Wing, one of the second most iconic thing. It's surprising. I didn't get like any Millennium Falcons come up in the suggestions at all. Which is weird, because that is the most iconic thing. I mean, it's been done plenty of times. I had one as growing up. I had it from the 90s. My aunt bought me the Falcon. It wasn't vintage collection, technically. But it was that scale, 3/4 inch. Phantom says, my life changed forever when I realized Liam Neeson is Qui-Gon Jinn. Random thought. Really? Well, I mean, as a kid, for me, like, I didn't know Liam Neeson before Qui-Gon, so like I grew up knowing Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon, so like that was my first, you know, it's like, oh yeah, Qui-Gon's in this, Qui-Gon. But now, you know, in my mind, Liam is all these awesome things, you know, Zeus, all kinds of cool stuff. And Sturkey's Jedi Council Yoda, no, they have not. What the heck is up with that? All right, so let's update the bracket. What do you say? The AT-AT wins. So now we're going over to the next one here. Ooh, Republic Gunship versus the Star Destroyer. I think this is gonna be an easy one. Let's just throw the poll up there now. Start the poll. I think this is gonna be an obvious one, which is gonna win. But hey, I could be wrong. But the thing is, you know, there's the problem. Hi, Toxin. Toxin's staring at me. But the problem is the Star Destroyer is just, there's no real good scale to do because it's just so incredibly massive. You know, you could, scale wise, you could fit hundreds or 100 plus gunships inside of a Star Destroyer. You know, it's just like, it's so big. Registorm says, imagine Taken, but with Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon, I have a particular set of skills. I have a particular set of midichlorians. So, alright. Throw in your vote. Hey, this is not as one-sided as I thought. I gotta stop assuming here. Because assuming makes an ass out of you and me. But right now, it's just me. Ooh. Toy Story says, would anyone like a Cad Bane HasLab figure? Has it been done? Well, I don't... So, when you think HasLab Toy Stories, think about something so big that Hasbro needs crowdfunding to produce. So, you know, Hasbro has made plenty of... Well, not plenty. There's been 2 different Cad Bane figures. So, it wouldn't necessarily fit under the HasLab label. Because HasLab's got to be something so big and expensive that crowdfunding would be the only way to fund it. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? All right. 1 minute has passed. Decent amount of votes. Thank you so much, by the way, for everyone who's been sticking around through the whole stream. We got 21 people here. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And thanks for voting. And if you've liked it already, thanks for liking it. Subs, they have 3 different Cad Banes? Right, because there was the Comic-Con exclusive one, right, too, that came with the, little what's-his-name, which I can't remember his name. So, alright, the 2 minutes are up. 1-to-1 scale Watto. That would easily, instantly get backed, you know? America's favorite Star Wars character. Alright, here we go. Ending the poll now. It has been to, 2 minutes, and the winner is not what I thought it would be more dramatic than this, but it still did win. Republic Gunship has won, and the Star Destroyer is out. Star Destroyer is out. Oh, Ben, you are the best. Thank you, Ben. You're the best. Well, Retrostorm says, yo, if an AT-AT came with an X-Wing with magnetic detachable cable to tie its legs. Oh, you mean the snow speeder? That would be crazy, man. That would be crazy. Sub says, oh right, the Book of Boba Fett one. I'm forgetting the Book of Boba Fett one because I remember the Clone Wars one and then the Bad Batch one. And right, they did come out with the Book of Boba Fett one. So 4, yeah, 4 Cad Banes. So maybe they'll just do a HasLab of just Cad Bane's hat. 1-1 scale hat. You can wear it around. And that's it. Anyway, alright. So let's update the bracket. We're nearing the end here, guys. We're almost to the semifinals. So, the LAT has made it. Here we go. Whoa. I did not push the right button. Control C. Here we go. Okay. Let's move on to the next. As I fix the old thing. So, are we gonna choose the Pod Racers or Bo-Katan's Gauntlet? Gauntlet ship. This is tough. I mean, this is an easy answer for me, but this would be cool. Toy Story says, hey Jared, as a hardcore Star Wars fan, whose story would you love to see get told in a series? I think I would watch it more. Love to see Darth Maul story series. To be honest, I love Darth Maul, and he's been one of my favorite characters since I was a little kid. But I think Darth Maul's story has been told enough in what I would do. I mean, there's definitely some parts of his story that we don't know yet, and I would love to know. But I don't think much in a series, to be honest. That's just me. I think we've gotten a lot of great Darth Maul stories, but for me, I don't know. Who else would I want that hasn't been told? I don't know. Hasn't been told yet. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the characters that already exist, I wouldn't really want to have a whole show based around that. I would want something more new. I would like some other shows where these characters come in and out and we learn little bits about them. I don't know. You know what I think would be really cool? Not in a series. I would want a Mandalorian video game based on before we met him in the show. So in his bounty hunter days, before he meets Grogu, about Mando, and I'm doing missions and bounty hunter stuff. Yeah, that's what I would want. That sounds cool as a video game. Wouldn't that be cool? Joe Nation Animation says, what's your website name? Sirdork.com. Sirdork.com. All right, here we go. I'm going to put in the poll. I've been yapping too much. Start a poll. Which one do you want? The Pod Racers or Bo-Katan's? Bo-Katan's Gauntlet. A or B? And Stubbs, you're coming at this the same way I kind of do. I'm trying to pick. He says I'm trying to pick which one I would want to photograph more. I think the Pod Racer would get more use for photographing. I agree. I think I would want to shoot the pod racing more because it's more ground level. There, you're as a photographer, you want to shoot things, and it's easier to be more ground level. In my opinion, you can go outside and shoot this. But the Gauntlet has been shot quite a bit at ground level. Has been, in the show, so there's quite a bit of that. Oh, Ben, I will say hi to Harley for you. I will. Retro Storm says, maybe not a series, but an episode on Tales of the Jedi focusing on young Maul meeting a Palpatine. That'd be cool. Retro Storm, I like that a lot. Actually, I would love that. That would be perfect. Yeah, they should do a Tales of the Sith, as well as a Tales of the Jedi. I would love that. And a perfect episode for Maul. That would be great. And I just want to find out what happened between Maul on Clone Wars and Maul on Rebels. Why was he on Malachor? What happened? Like, that's what I want to know. If there's been a comic book thing about it, darn. But that's what I want. Yes, turkeys, they have made a Fennec Shand Black series. Yeah, I think they put it out a couple years back. Man, my hat keeps getting crooked even though it feels like it's not. I don't know why that matters, but all right. It seems like one of them is definitely on the win there. Storm says, I like Tales of the Jedi gave us what turned Dooku to Sith. Yeah, honestly, that was the best stuff. The Dooku stuff. And I loved the Qui-Gon stuff. Especially Qui-Gon talking to Dooku about Obi-Wan around the Phantom Menace time. Oh, that was great. That's great. Yeah, I cannot wait for Season 2. Cannot wait for it. I'm curious as to what stuff they'll do. If they'll stray away from Clone Wars stuff, maybe they'll move a little further back, do some animated stuff about other Jedi-related things. Maybe a Luke after Return of the Jedi. That'd be cool. All right, the 2-minute mark is up, and the Pod Racer has won. I'm not surprised. Bo-Katan's Gauntlet is awesome, but I think the Pod Racer would be cooler, for sure. Definitely would be cooler. All right, so we're on the semifinals, folks. We have made it. So the Pod Racers have made it. So we got 3 more rounds. And here we go. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. I want to see who wins here. Yeah, I don't know what I gotta figure out what the heck's up with my webcam. All right, so for the semifinals, we're starting out. We've got Anakin's Jedi Starfighter versus an AT-AT. This is tough. This is tough. Whew. All right, here we go. Let's put in the poll. Let's see where we go here. Which one? AT-AT or I do want to change this to Anakin and Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter because yeah, just the one I don't think would be enough for a HasLab project, All right, Retro Storm says, I wish you'd stream more often, just like hanging with you. That means a lot, and that's like really awesome. And I have every plan I want to do every other week live streams, and then every other week do these streams, and then the other in between weeks do the member streams. But it's my own fault for piling on too much for myself. Cause I'm like, okay, I want to be able to have posts on Instagram. I want to do a weekly YouTube video, live stream, and then also have time with my wife and with taking care of my house, making sure my cats get enough pets. They're fine. And I just it's tough to balance. The people who do it's tough to balance. And I have a full-time job too. Maybe one day I'll be able to quit that job. I'll just do this all the time. That'd be cool. One day. But RetroStorm, that really does mean a lot. I really do appreciate it. Because it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And I just really enjoy putting all this together and making a product like this. It's cool. This one's tough. I agree, OFP Marine. This one's very close. Ooh, and it's just getting closer. Oh, RetroStorm says it's definitely not too personal for what I do. I have a very uninteresting job, but it is a good job. I am a health insurance supervisor for family planning benefits in New York State. Yes, that's it. That's all I do. And I work from home. So these other screens that I always have over here, this is my work computer. And then this is my normal computer. And so the reason why I turn on this screen and it always turns off, because I can't adjust the setting to make it stay on all the time, because it's my work computer and I have to, have the IT department do all the settings. So that's what I do. Yeah. That's what I do. And yeah, it's not super interesting, but I work from home, which is really nice. Sturkey's, when will be your next live stream? I would love to do one, not this coming Friday, but then the following Friday. Love to do another one. And Mr. Kiwi, the AT-AT would definitely be articulated. Absolutely. Knowing Hasbro, they're not going to put out a statue. Yeah, Jacob, voting purely off the nostalgia factor. Yes. Yeah. RetroStorm, kind of. Yeah, there is a little bit of helping people directly with their health insurance, but it's mostly enrolling people in subsidized New York State-based health insurance. I don't usually deal a whole lot with the people directly, but a little bit. But it's mostly processing, supervising people who process the applications and put them up there and actually give people the coverage. So we are directly impacting them and giving them the coverage. But yeah. Sorry, I know it's really boring. I won't go into that too much, but okay. Here we go. It's been 3 minutes. I've been going on a sidetrack here and ending the poll right now. And so the semifinals, B wins. Anakin's Jedi Starfighter is out. The AT-AT has won and is moving to the finals. To be honest, I was not expecting the AT-AT to move to the finals. I thought the Ghost was gonna go, because everyone wants the Ghost. But at the same time, I'm like, really? The Ghost? Like, I love that show and I love everything about it, but not because of the Ghost. I don't know. Anyway. Alright. The AT-AT has won. Let's update the bracket here. AT-AT. And quick question, do you say AT-AT or do you say AT-AT? Which one do you say, AT-AT or AT-AT? I'm pretty sure it can be either way. For the longest time, I said, oh, come on, you gonna do that to me twice in a row? For the longest time, I said AT-AT. All right, I'm sorry, you guys. This is just a pain. I always said AT. RetroStorm says AT-AT. Stubbs just says I say Walker. There you go. But I used to say AT-AT until I heard George Lucas say AT-AT. I don't remember where, but I heard him say AT-AT, and I was like, oh, that's what it is? Okay. But it's weird because ATST is how you say ATST. You don't say ATST. So Tortoise says, hey Sirdork, how cool would it be if they did a collab of the Turtles and Star Wars? That would be pretty cool. To be honest, I'm not hugely into the Ninja Turtles as a lot of other people are. I mean, I absolutely think it's awesome that what they are, but I don't get the, I don't have the nostalgia for them, even though I grew up in the 90s. But yeah, AT-AT is going to the finals. All right, let's do the final here. We got the Republic gunship versus the Pod Racers. Whew. Two awesome prequel things. All right, let's put it up there. Which one is it gonna be? Which prequel thing is it gonna be? Is it gonna be A or is it gonna be B? All right. If it were me, even though I have been throwing out a lot of love for the pod racers, I would still choose the LAAT. What is the LAAT? What does the LAAT stand for? LAAT. What does that stand for? Light all atmospheric transport. What does it stand for? Somebody tell me. I know somebody here is like, come on, Jared. It's obviously the blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna Google it. No, actually, wait. I'm gonna wait till someone answers. See if anybody knows, because I don't want to get. I want to make sure that whoever knows it and says it. Land and air transport. Land and air. Is that what it is? I feel like there wouldn't be an A for and. Stubbs has got it. Low altitude assault transport. Retro Storm, that's a freaking amazing guess though. That's a really good guess. Like I couldn't think of anything. Stubbs, low altitude assault transport. There you go. That's cool. So, all right, we're getting the votes here. It's definitely leaning more one way than the other. Land and air transport. That's really good. Retro Storm, like that's really good. Like I'm impressed with that. Like it fits, and it works with the letters and so nicely done. No, hey, Retro Storm, you're the one who's sitting here watching my dumb old stream, just like everybody else here. So I appreciate you and everybody who's here. Stubbs, Mr. Kiwi, all you guys. You guys have been here since the thing started, which is really cool. So that's amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. So it has been 2 minutes. I'm going to end the poll here. And thank you to whoever's clicking the little heart thingy. I keep seeing hearts come up. Thanks for doing that. That helps. I'm sure it helps a lot. So 73% for the LAAT and 26% for the pod racer. So the pod racer is out. And we are moving on to the finals. So we got the AT-AT and the LAAT. What do you know? You got a couple of ATs. You got LAATs and ATs for this. Here we go. And you know what I still have from the last tournament? I have saved. Oh, I forgot to switch this. Here we go. We are stuck at the finals here with these two. So I went ahead and I saved the music from last one. Here we go. You son of a gun. I can't hear it, but I'm assuming it's epic. All right, here we go. We've got people saying the AT-AT is the way to go. Some people saying it's too big. We got all kinds of opinions, all valid, coming in here. But hey, let's see who wins. It's playing and it's epic. Yeah. All right, the vote. Okay, let me shut up and actually put it in here. Finals. Who wins? A or B? All right, the poll is on there. Let's vote. Let's put the let's put the votes in there, you guys. 50-50 already. It's 50-50. Wow. This is a real finals. Oh, 56-44. Oh, all right. It's starting to move a little. Wow. Sturkey says the fun ship. The Republic fun ship. Oh, it has changed. The leaders have changed. Was that a lens flare that I had on the camera? That doesn't matter. Clones versus stormtroopers. Yeah, we got OT versus PT. No one says PT. All right. Oh, it's back at being tied. Come on. Get your votes in. We're at the 1 minute mark. The second is at the 2 minute mark, and one of them is ahead. No, Sturkeys, I know. I'm just messing with you. If one of them's there, I'm gonna hit end right at 2 minutes. But this close right now. If you haven't voted yet, do it. So we've got 16 votes and 20 people watching. We need the votes. We need the votes here, you guys. So let's just talk about it. So the gunship I was thinking the gunship would be Black Series, even though it would be big. But the AT-AT would have to be Vintage Collection. It would have to be, and that would still be quite big. We're at 50-50, guys. We need more votes. If you haven't voted yet, please put in a vote. We literally need it. Or we're just gonna be stuck at 50-50, and that can't happen. We can't be stuck. We can't end this in a tie. We've got epic music going on. We're gonna put epic music on in a tie. Come on. If you haven't voted, there's 21 people here now. Somebody new has come in. Evils. Here we go. Didn't I hear somewhere that this was the most expensive HasLab so far? Oh, really? Oh, the votes have changed, and it's at 2 minutes. All right, ending the poll. I ended the poll. Retrostorm says I should have played Duel of the Fates. I would have loved to play Duel of the Fates, but that would demonetize the video and potentially take out all the audio of the entire video. As much as I would like it. But the winner is the AT-AT. I was not expecting this to be the winner at all. I was not expecting that. All right. The winner is the AT-AT. I'm surprised. I did not think I didn't think this was going to be one of the finalists at all. So here it is. It's the winner. I would have voted for the LA-18. I thought it was going to win too. I thought it was going to be between the gunship and maybe the N1, but that didn't even make it in the first round. Mando's thing. But that's it. The winner. All right, let me go back to the less epic music here. So yeah, that was it. Thank you guys so much for coming on in and picking your favorites and seeing who won. Is there anybody that had their choice, their top choice, get taken down right in the beginning? I don't know. For me, it did, definitely. And the ghost was nowhere to be found, even though everyone's really thinking the ghost was the thing. So, if you saw, Hasbro Pulse posted a. I'm gonna go right into Yak Face because the translation is right there. So, if you go over here on the so Hasbro Pulse posted this, and so we got Orabesh here, which translates to ship diagnostics complete, laser cannon turret ready, forward cannons ready, rear cannons ready. So there's forward and rear cannons and laser turret ready. So a lot of people are thinking it's the ghost. Spectre 3 to the ghost, come in ghost. Ewok Village for sure. Give us the ghost. Go. Everyone's thinking it's the ghost. I don't know. If it's the ghost, I'm not gonna do it. I just don't have a connection with the ship of the ghost. I don't know. But if that's what it is, then great, and I hope people do it. But I wouldn't be excited for that to be honest. I wouldn't be super excited for it. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for playing, being here, liking the video and all that stuff. OFP, that's true. It was yours the whole time. So, all right. Well, thank you guys so much. Have a fantastic weekend. Have a great 4th of July weekend also. So I just as far as some stuff I've got coming up, I do have a full video coming out this weekend on Sunday. That's all ready to go. Really excited for this video. It's actually really fun. Might not be for everyone, but please watch it. These things are awesome. And I do have a 4th of July shot that I took. I'm excited about that. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. Have a fantastic, wonderful weekend, and talk to you later. Thank you again. Bye-bye. Hang on a sec. I just realized that I have the wrong outro video, even though I did all of this. So that's an outdated outro video, and I'm gonna make sure the members are thanked to their fullest potential. So there's going to be a little bit of no audio and weird looking stuff for a second, and then it'll be the real thing. So all right, now officially have a great night, everyone. Hey, thanks for sticking around. Who is still here? League of Extraordinary Sixthers is here. Joined in when it was still ending. Thanks, dude. But hey, thanks for sticking around. And Phantom is still here. Ben's still here. Post-credit scene. Wow, there's still 13 people here. That's amazing. Yeah, post-credit scene. So what I really wanted to talk about and share was actually this. So I haven't seen anybody talking about this. I don't know if anyone's a big Doom fan. I love Doom. I'm a recent Doom fan in the last few years, but I love Doom now. But this is a 1/6 scale figure. Look at this. 1/6 scale. How freaking cool is that? It's made by Dark Horse Direct. And here's my webcam. Doing that already. Come on. But oh my gosh. And I pre-ordered it. It's $300. Oh, but I'm just gonna leave my camera at that. And it comes with the Lost Soul. But how freaking cool is that? Like, oh my god! So I cannot wait, and it was sculpted by Mondo. So that's pretty cool. And there's my face. There it is. See, isn't this a great stream to watch? Anyway, thank you guys for sticking around. I just ran in wanting to share that. A lot of cool. I've gone a long time without needing to pre-order anything, but there's 3 things that I want to pre-order. That one, the new Mezco Indiana Jones looks friggin' incredible, and then Insta Tomashi went and put out their another new version of Mando, so I'm gonna have to pre-order him too. Anyway, thanks for sticking around to the post-credit scene. Hope you guys have a great weekend and rest of the night. This is the official, actual ending. All right.